Well, we've had a surprising run of results here on the tabletop as we wrap up week 6 of my great teams of the past season 2, featuring teams from 1919 to 1930. This is game number 4 between the 1920 Cleveland Indians and the 1927 New York Yankees. They entered this series basically tied for first place. It has been all Indians. The Indians won the first 3 games of the series. They've now won 8 in a row overall. Game 1, Jim Bagby tossed a 2-hit shutout. Indians won that one 4 to nothing. Game number 2, Yankees led 4 to 2 going to the bottom of the ninth. Indians tied the game up, sent it to extra innings. Bottom of the 11th, they won it on a Steve O'Neill walk-off single. And then most recently in game number 3, Indians took a 3-0 lead on an Elmer Smith solo home run and a Ray Chapman two-run home run. New York cut the lead to 3 to 2. Cleveland went up 5 to 2, and the final score was 5-3 Indians. New York, murderer's row, not in this series. They've had 13 hits in 3 games, a 130 team batting average. And there have been a lot of culprits, no more so than Lou Gehrig. We busted out his Funko Pop here today because the Yankees need all the help they can get. Lou Gehrig, 0 for 12 at the plate in this series. But he's not the only Yankee really struggling. You look at the standings, again, these two teams began the week basically tied. Now the Indians are 15 and 4, the Yankees 15 and 8. They have to have this one here today. If they can get this one, well, then all 4 series in week number 6 will end up with a team winning 3 out of 4. Earlier, it was the 27 Pirates taking 3 or 4 from the 22 Giants. The 29 Cubs did it against the 25 Senators, and the 1930 Cardinals 3 or 4 against the 1919 Reds. The 1922 Browns are off this week. So, Yankees, well, we'll go to the starting lineups. The Yankees do have the pitching edge here, a big pitching edge, as a matter of fact. Starting lineups for Cleveland, leading off and playing left field is Charlie Jameson. Doc Johnston's at first base. Tris Speaker's in center field. Elmer Smith is the right fielder. Steve O'Neill's behind the plate. Larry Gardner's at third base. Ray Chapman's the shortstop. Bill Wambsgans the second baseman. Starting pitcher for the Indians is Ray Caldwell. Caldwell so far this season, 4 starts, he's got a 3-0 record with a 3.31 ERA. For the Yankees, Earl Combs leads off and plays center field. Tony Lazzeri's at second base. Babe Ruth is in right field. Lou Gehrig bats cleanup and plays first base. Bob Musil's in left. Pat Collins is the catcher. Mark Koenig's at shortstop. Joe Dugan is at third base. And the Yankees ace goes in this one, Waite Hoyt. Hoyt, 5 starts, a 4-1 record, a 2.27 ERA. Hoyt began the week as one of 4 pitchers with 4 wins. 2 St. Louis pitchers, Burley Grimes and Syl Johnson, are now at 5. Yankees teammate Urban Shocker couldn't win number 5 earlier in this series. Waite Hoyt looking to become the 3rd pitcher in the league to pick up a 5th win. And Hoyt ranks 4th in the league with a 2.27 ERA. And I mentioned the pitching edge. Hoyt, an A-rated pitcher. Caldwell for the Indians, a C-rated pitcher. So big edge there for New York today. All right, well, let's play ball. The Indians mentioned the Yankees hitting 130 in these 3 games. The Indians hitting 314. A lot of big hits. Charlie Jameson to lead things off. Jameson is hitting 271 on the season. He is 3 for 12 in this series. He will get things started by hitting a bouncer toward the second baseman, Tony Lazzeri. He has it over to first for the first out. Doc Johnston comes to the plate, batting .280 this season, 4 for 14 in this series. Pops it up left side. The third baseman, Joe Dugan, has it. 2 outs. Here is Tris Speaker hitting .346 on the season. 3 for 10 at the plate the past 3 games. And Tris Speaker with 2 outs will take first base with a walk. Here's Elmer Smith. No one is hotter than Elmer Smith. Past 3 games of the Yankees, he's 8 for 15. He had a home run in the last game. He's got a runner on first with 2 outs here. Not this time. Ground ball to short. Koenig has it. Fires it over to first. Side retired. So here come the Yankees. Earl Combs to lead things off. Combs began the week ranked 4th in the league with a .372 average. He is 1 for 13 in this series. That average has dropped to .333. He is going to start with a base hit into right field. So good start for the Yankees. Here comes Tony Lazzeri. Lazzeri, one of 2 Yankees with 3 hits in this series, a team best. But Lazzeri 3 for 14 with a home run. He is hitting .286 on the season. Let's see, what's Cleveland's defense today? Okay, they're in the middle. So, ground ball to third base. Larry Gardner has it, throws to second. Bill Wamsgons gets the leadoff runner, but Lazzeri will beat it out. It's a fielder's choice. So still 1 on, now 1 out for Babe Ruth. Ruth just 1 for 7 in this series, but has drawn 7 walks. Batting average, though, has fallen to .270 on the season. He's been stuck on 8 home runs for a while. 8 home runs, tied for second in the league. And Babe Ruth is going to single into right field. Tony Lazzeri will go from first to third. The Yankees have runners on the corners with 1 out. And here comes Lou Gehrig. Gehrig was among the leaders in a bunch of categories at the start of the week. But Lou Gehrig, 0 for 12 at the plate. His batting average has dropped to .264 on the season. So here he is, trying to make something happen. And not a hit, but a deep fly ball into center field. It's going to be catchable, but it's also deep. So Tris Speaker will make the catch. Tony Lazzeri will tag up and score. And it's 1-0 Yankees. So New York needed that one. And not a hit for Gehrig, but he does at least drive in a run. So 2 on, 1 out. Bob Musil's at the plate. Musil, he began the week ranked first in the league with a .395 batting average. He is 1 for 13 in this series. His average has fallen more than 40 points, down to .351. 2 outs, runner on first for Musil. And he comes through. He singles into center field. Babe Ruth is able to go from first to third on the hit. Third hit of the inning for the Yankees. Pat Collins hitting .278 this season. 2 for 10 with a home run in the series. Collins is hit by a pitch, and now the bases are loaded. Mark Koenig, 1 for 12 in the series. His average has fallen to .184. He comes through, singles singles into left field. Babe Ruth is going to score. They're going to send Bob Musial. He's going to score. Pat Collins is try to go from first to third. He is thrown out, trying to get to third base by the left fielder, Charlie Jameson. That'll end the inning, but Mark Koenig comes through with a 2-run single. Collins is out 7-5. And that'll end the inning, but the Yankees with a 3-0 lead. We go to the second. Steve O'Neill to lead things off for the Indians. O'Neill batting .333 on the season, 4 for 13, has driven in 4 runs in the series. 66, he'll roll in his second column. Just 3 home runs in 1920, still looking for his first of this campaign. And just a single for O'Neill. He's got Cleveland's first hit of the game. Larry Gardner comes to the plate. Gardner's batting .264, 2 for 9 this season. Pops it up left side. Joe Dugan has it. That's the first out. Ray Chapman comes to the plate. Chapman's having a good series, 5 for 10, has a home run. It's raised his average to .216 this season. Fly ball into right. Babe Ruth makes the catch, 2 outs. Bill Wamsgans, 2 for 12 this series. Cleveland's lowest batting average among the regulars at 178. And ground ball right side. Gehrig has it. Waite Hoyt covers first. Gehrig tosses it to him, and they get the third out. Cleveland has a hit. Nothing else. We go to the bottom of the second. New York still leading 3-0. Joe Dugan will lead it off. Dugan, 3 for 10 in this series, one of 2 Yankees that came in today with a team best 3 hits over the last 3 games. But that has just raised his average to a team worst 174. So Dugan leads things off, and he will be retired on a fly ball into left field. Here's the pitcher, Waite Hoyt. Hoyt, 3 for 14 at the plate this season. That's a .214 average. Makes contact, dribbler down the third base line. Larry Gardner charges, picks it up, fires it over to first for the second out. Earl Combs got things going with a single in the first inning. Comes to the plate for the second time. And Combs with his second base hit of the day. 2-out single. Bring Tony Lazzeri to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Looks at ball 1 and ball 2. And then he hits a ground ball to second base. Bill Wamsgans will field it and get the third out. 3-0 Yankees heading to the third inning. Ray Caldwell, the pitcher to lead things off for the Indians. Caldwell has hit well, 5 for 12 at the plate. That's a .417 average in his 4 starts. He looks at ball 1. He looks at ball 2. I am really shaking these dice, but I keep rolling 42, so that's ball 3. I'm not sure how to explain that. Well, Waite Hoyt can't find the plate against Ray Caldwell. Let's give him a walk to lead off the top of the third. Charlie Jameson now Jamison 0 for 1. Fly ball into center field. Earl Combs will make the catch for the first out. Now Doc Johnston. Johnston is 0 for 1. Johnston hit by the pitch. And now there are runners on first and second with 1 out. And Tris Speaker comes to the plate. He walked in the first inning. Speaker, 12 doubles on the season, among the league leaders. He's driven in 14 runs. Chance for one here. Nope, fly ball to left. Musial will make the catch. The runners will have to stay put. And that's the second out. Elmer Smith is 0 for 1. 8 hits in the first 3 games. Really use one here. Comebacker to the pitcher. Waite Hoyt picks it up, but his throw to Lou Gehrig is in the dirt. Gehrig can't scoop it, and Elmer Smith is safe. And we have an error by the pitcher. That loads the bases with 2 outs. Steve O'Neill, he's singled. He's got Cleveland's only hit of the game so far, actually. 5 hits in the series, 4 runs batted in this series. Can he add to it here? No, he does not. Waite Hoyt strikes him out to end the inning and gets out of the jam. Babe Ruth will lead off the bottom of the third. He singled his first time up. And Ruth with a drive to right. It's back, it's back, it's gone. His 9th home run of this campaign. That puts him into a tie for first place with the St. Louis Cardinals' George Watkins. Ruth had been stuck on 8 for a little while. Now he's got 9. And it is 4-0 New York. Here's Lou Gehrig, still looking for his first hit of the series. Did have a sacrifice fly in the first inning to drive in a run. And there it is. Gehrig belts one into left center field for a base hit. First hit of the series for Lou Gehrig. And there's still nobody out. Bob Musial at the plate. He had a single his first time up. Musial is hit by the pitch. And now there are runners on first and second. Nobody out. Here's Pat Collins. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. And Collins, with that 33, gets to roll on his second column. I'm pretty sure at least one run's going to score here. Smashed into left center field to the wall. Jamison and Speaker will chase after it. Gehrig's going to score from second base. They're going to send Bob Musial home from first base. He's fast. He is in there. And Pat Collins will have himself a 2-run double. 6-0 Yankees. Cleveland gets the bullpen going. Here's Mark Koenig, singled his first time up. New York already has 8 hits here in the third inning. They had only 13 hits in the first 3 games. And there's another one. Singled into center field. Tris Speaker comes up with it. Pat Collins, they're going to send him. He's going to try to score. The throw beats Collins, though. Collins is tagged out. Tris Speaker throws out. Pat Collins trying to score for the first out. So Koenig with his second hit. But the Yankees, a base running error, and that's the first out. Here's Joe Dugan. He is 0 for 1. Caldwell will strike him out for the second out. Waite Hoyt is 0 for 1. And he'll hit a fly ball to right field. Elmer Smith will make the catch for the third out. 3 more runs for the Yankees. It is 6-0 heading to the fourth. Larry Gardner leads it off. He is 0 for 1. Comebacker to the pitcher, Waite Hoyt. This time he makes a good throw. 1 out. Ray Chapman's 0 for 1 today. And 66, he gets to roll in his second column. He's already hit 1 home run in this series. He had only 3 of them in 1920. And hits one down the right field line, just inches into fair territory. Ray Chapman will make the turn. He will go into second base with a double. Ray Chapman, 6 for 12 in this series. I'm going to bring up Bill Wamsgans with 1 out. Wamsgans 0 for 1. And Waite Hoyt unleashes a wild pitch. Ray Chapman gets to go to third base. So Cleveland trailing 6-0. Chance for at least 1 run here with a runner on third and 1 out. Bill Wamsgans. Fly ball to right. Is it deep enough? It is not. Ray Chapman has to stay put. Doesn't test Babe Ruth's arm. And that's the second out. And we come to the pitcher spot, Ray Caldwell, who has given up 6 runs and 9 hits in the first 3 innings. Cleveland does not have a great pen, but Ray Caldwell's day is done. They're going to bring up Doc Evans to pinch hit here. Oh, sorry, Joe Evans. Doc is the nickname. Evans, 3 for 7 at the plate. Limited action this season. 2 outs, runner on third for Evans. And he'll hit a fly ball to right. Babe Ruth will make the catch. Side will be retired. Indians will need a new pitcher going to the bottom of the fourth. And it's going to be Dick Niehaus. Niehaus this season, this will be his 3rd appearance. He is 1-0, has not given up a run in 3 innings of work. Earl Combs to lead things off. He is 2 for 2 today, had just 1 hit in the first 3 games. This time, bouncer left side, Larry Gardner has it, throws over to first for the first out. Tony Lazzeri is 0 for 2. And Lazzeri, deep ball to left field. It's back. It's back. It is gone. Tony Lazzeri with his 2nd home run of this series, his 3rd of the season. It is now 7-0 Yankees. And that is so Babe Ruth has homered today. Tony Lazzeri has homered today. The Yankees now have 27 home runs in their 24th game. Babe Ruth is 2 for 2 today, single and a homer. Now tied for the league lead with 9 home runs. And he will draw his 8th walk of the series. Lou Gehrig, sacrifice fly his first time up, singled his second time up, his first hit of the series. He's got a runner on first with 1 out for Gehrig. Slow roller to shortstop. Chapman has to charge, picks it up, fires to first, gets the out. Babe Ruth does advance to second base. 2 outs, runner in the scoring position for Bob Musial. He is 1 for 1, was also hit by a pitch. And Niehaus strikes him out to end the inning. New York adds 1 on the Lazzeri home run. It is 7-0, heading to the 5th. Top of the order for the Indians for the 3rd time. Charlie Jamison is 0 for 2 today. Fly ball into center field for Earl Combs to catch, 1 out. Doc Johnston's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Fly ball to center field. Earl Combs has it again. 2 outs. Tris Speaker is 0 for 1 with a walk. And he hits it right back at Waite Hoyt. Hoyt able to knock it down and throw over to first. 1-2-3 inning for Waite Hoyt. Bottom of the 5th, Pat Collins leads things off. 1 for 1 was hit by a pitch and had a 2-run double in the 3rd inning. This time, ground ball to short. Ray Chapman has it. Sends it over to first for the first out. Mark Koenig's 2 for 2. He's driven in a couple of runs. Mark Koenig, 33, gets to roll on his second column. He had just 3 homers in 1927. And not a homer, but sharp ball down the left field line. Charlie Jamison going to have to run after it for a while. Mark Koenig is going to motor his way around to third base with a triple. So runner on third with 1 out for Joe Dugan. Dugan's 0 for 2. Let's see. Cleveland playing in. Ground ball to short. Koenig's going to try to score. Chapman throws home and gets Mark Koenig, another Yankee base runner, thrown out at home. So fielder's choice. Out at home, tagged out 6-2. Runner on first with 2 outs for Waite Hoyt. He's 0 for 2. And he'll pop it up. Shortstop Chapman has it for the 3rd out. 7-0, heading to the 6th. Cleveland just 2 hits. The Yankees are up to 11. Elmer Smith is 0 for 2. Came in with 8 hits in 15 at-bats in the series. Now 8 for 17. Chopper in front of the plate. Waite Hoyt runs, picks it up, throws over to first. Gets the first out. Steve O'Neill has one of the 2 Cleveland hits today, 1 for 2. 66 gets to roll on his second column. Just 3 homers in 1920. And O'Neill will blast one into the right center field gap. It will land in and roll to the wall. Steve O'Neill will make his way to second base with a double. He's got 2 hits today now. Larry Gardner is 0 for 2. And he pops it up. Shortstop Koenig has it, 2 outs. And Ray Chapman comes to the plate. Chapman doubled his last time up. This time, though, another pop-up. Koenig will have this one as well, and the Indians are retired. To the bottom of the 6th, Yankees come to the plate, still leading 7-0. Earl Combs will come up for the 4th time today. He is 2 for 3. Ground ball left side. Chapman has it over to first for the first out. Tony Lazzeri is 1 for 3. Homered his last time up. Second home run of the series for Lazzeri. This time, ground ball to the third baseman Larry Gardner. Throw him out. 2 outs. Babe Ruth, single, solo home run, and a walk. And he will hit a bouncer to Bill Wamsgans at second. And Niehaus has a 1-2-3 inning. Bill Wamsgans to lead things off, 0 for 2. And he will single into right field. 4th hit of the game for the Indians. Here's the pitcher spots. Niehaus, he pitched 3 innings, only gave up 1 run, but they'll go to a pinch hitter here. It will be Jack Graney. Graney, 1 for 1 in his only at bat this season. We'll look at ball 1 and ball 2. And well hit ground ball down the third base line. Joe Dugan able to make a diving stop, gets to his feet, fires to first base in time to get Graney. Wamsgans advances to second base. So that's the first out. Here's Charlie Jamison, 0 for 3 today, leadoff hitter for Indians. Fly ball into center. Combs has it. Wamsgans has to stay put at second base. Doc Johnston, 2 outs, 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch as well. And Johnston drills one into right field. Bill Wamsgans will score. The Indians are on the board, but it is now 7-1. Tris Speaker comes to the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk. Speaker came into the week 5th in the league in hitting at .353. And the result is a pop-up left side. Joe Dugan has it. And that's it for the Indians. 7th inning stretch time. Cleveland puts a run on the board. 7-1 New York going to the bottom of the 7th. Lou Gehrig's 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. He will ground out to second base for the first out. Bob Musil's 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. All right, we got to go back a second. All right, we're gonna let Newsel re-roll in a moment. We will keep Gehrig's ground out to the second baseman, but we did need to change the Cleveland pitcher. So Graney is out. Cleveland will bring in Bob Clark. Bob Clark. This will be his first appearance of the season. We had Garrett grounding out 4-3, and now we will let Bob Musel re-roll with one out. Clark strikes him out for the second out. Now Pat Collins, 1-for-2, has a double. He is going to draw a 2-out walk. Mark Koenig's 3-for-3, a single, and a triple. Drove in 2 runs in the first inning. This time, however, fly ball into center field. Speaker has it for the third out. Top of the 8th for the Indians. Here's Elmer Smith, 0-for-3 today. Was 8-for-15 in the previous 3 games. And he will hit a fly ball into center field for Earl Combs, 1 out. Steve O'Neill has 2 of the Indians' 5 hits, a single and a double, 2-for-3. 33, he's going to get something else good here. And Steve O'Neill has his second consecutive double. So runner on second with 1 out for Larry Gardner, who is 0-for-3 today, 2-for-12 in the series. Fly ball into center field. Earl Combs has that one. 2 outs. Ray Chapman's 1-for-3 with a double. And he hits a grounder to short. Mark Koenig has it. Over to first. Side retired. To the bottom of the 8th. Yankees still lead 7-1. Joe Dugan gets things started here. He is 0-for-3 today. And he will a grounder to short. Chapman throws him out for the first out. Waite Hoyt is 0-for-3. And Waite Hoyt has the Yankees' 12th hit of the game. It's a single. So he's on with 1 out. Earl Combs is 2-for-4. Singled his first 2 appearances, retired the last 2. This time, ground ball to third base. Gardner has it, throws to second to get the lead runner. Two outs. Runner on first for Tony Lazzeri, 1-for-4 with a home run. And Clark pops him up. Ray Chapman has it. Side retired. Still 7-1 Yankees as we go to the 9th. Last 3 outs here for the Indians. Bill Wamsgau's 1-for-3. And he'll hit a ground ball right at Lou Gehrig. Step on first for the first out. The Indians need another pinch hitter. It's going to be Smokey Joe Wood, better known as a pitcher, but here in 1920 he was more of a come off the bench and hit kind of guy. So this is looks like his second plate appearance of the season, but 0 for 0 for 0 at the plate. And he will hit a fly ball into right. No problem for Babe Ruth. 2 outs. Indians down by 6 down to their last out. They did have a nice comeback win in game 2, but that was just a 2-run deficit. Down to the last out, down by 6. Charlie Jameson's 0 for 4, and that's going to end it. He hits a ground ball to Joe Dugan at third base, sends it over to first, and that is the ball game. The 1927 New York Yankees avoid the sweep. They beat the 1920 Cleveland Indians 7-1. New York, 7 runs on 12 hits. They made 1 error, left 7 runners on base. New York, 12 hits in this one, had just 13 hits in the previous 3 games. Cleveland held to 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. The Indians left 9 runners on base. Among those 12 Yankees hits, Mark Koenig went 3 for 4. Babe Ruth and Earl Combs both had 2-hit games. Tony Lazzeri and Babe Ruth had home runs. Mark Koenig had a triple. Pat Collins had a double. Collins and Koenig both drove in 2 runs. Waite Hoyt will get the win to improve to 5-1 after 6 starts. He is tied for the league lead with 2 other pitchers with 5 wins. 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. For the Indians, of their 6 hits, half of them were by Steve O'Neill. He went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. Doc Johnston drove in the Indians' only run. Ray Caldwell will take the loss. He was hit hard early. 3 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 0 walks, 1 strikeout. Caldwell will fall. That's his first loss this season. He's now 3-1 after 5 starts. Dick Neas pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run. Bob Clark pitched 2 innings, no runs allowed. So the Indians' 8-game winning streak comes to an end. They will close out week number 6 with a 15-5 record. The Yankees had their first 3-game losing streak of the season. They're back in the win column. They are 16-8. So let's see, that's really kind of a 1-game lead now for the Indians heading into week 7. Yankees won't have their bye until week number 8 to even things up. So that is it for week number 6. Week number 7, the Yankees will be playing the Cubs, who are near the top of the division. The Indians will be facing the 1930 Cardinals, who are just a tremendously good hitting team. So both the Yankees and the Indians will be challenged in week number 7. So that is it from Yankee Stadium, New York 7, Cleveland 1. If you want to head over to my website, rogersportsgames.com, you can see all the stats, box scores, recaps, and more from this series. You can shortly soon after see the Week 6 recap, which will have all the standings and league leaders. So please go check that out if you've been following along with this. But that's it. Thank you for tuning in. We've had all 4 games of this big Yankees-Indians showdown on YouTube, and we'll be back soon with Week 7 in this Great Teams of the Past. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did.